Hello and welcome back. In the last video I mentioned that I went to a psychologist because of my OCD, because it took me so long time to go to bed at night. And also mentioned that spirituality has been a really big help for me to handle this better. And it's a lot less now. I still have it. I think perfectionism, for example, is part of OCD. That's why I have such a hard time, I think, to be consistent on YouTube, because every video has to be perfect. It takes me so long time to do a video. I remember one time it took me like 15 hours to make a 10-minute video. And like I've been aware of this problem for a long time, but after that, after 15 hours making one video, I was so tired, like exhausted. And I felt like I cannot continue like this. Like it feels like I'm going to climb Mount Everest every time I record a video. So I tried to do it again. So I did a new video with the same topic, everything the same, but I just tried to present it, you know, not to be perfect. Just I don't care if I said something wrong or if I stumble on my words and things like that. So I just recorded it, and it went a lot faster. And then I sent the two videos to a friend of mine who also has a YouTube channel. His name is Josh, and has a YouTube channel with his wife Kaylee. And the name of their YouTube channel is called Expats Everywhere, because they are talking a lot about how to be an expat and how to live like an expat, and it was really helpful advice for people who want to work abroad. That is called Expats, and I can really recommend their channel if you want to work abroad. But I sent the two videos to him and asked him which one is the best. And he told me like he couldn't really see a difference. And yeah, I don't know, it felt strange to hear that, because I think there was some difference, but I guess like for me, I just focused too much on the details and things like that. So it was pretty good to hear that there wasn't such a big difference. Like my message maybe was clear anyways, just like presented in two different ways. So I was happy to hear that, even though yes, I didn't maybe completely agree with him, but that's another story. It was good to hear anyway. But still, I feel like I quit after that. Also, not after that video. I continue for a couple of videos more, I think, and then I quit. Like, so I don't know. It's been almost 2 years, maybe. I think it was in January 2021 that I did my last video. And so it's a big problem for me to be consistent. That's why I also tried now to not be seeking perfection, and just like learn from every video. Just try to give my message out as good as I can from where I am right now, and just learning by doing all the time. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Okay, so the first step is awareness. It's really important to be aware of our own thoughts. It's really important to be aware of our mind and to understand our mind, and to be aware of that our mind is a thought-generating machine. It creates thoughts, that's what it does. And it creates thoughts based on our experiences. Our mind collects so many data from everywhere, from what we see, experience, from what we read or see on TV, news or movies, and everything. It creates a lot of data, and then it produces thoughts from this data. And it produces thoughts by itself. Just like we don't control our liver, for example, or our kidneys, or our heartbeat, we don't usually control our mind neither. We can, but usually we don't, because we don't learn this in school. So our mind is creating thoughts by itself, but we think we are the ones who create it. It feels like that. But usually we don't think by ourselves, like Eckhart Tolle says, thinking is happening to us. So it's really important to be aware that you are not your thoughts. And that is step 2. You are not your thoughts. You might believe you are your thoughts because they are so like close to you, but you cannot be something you observe. You observe your thoughts, but you are not the thoughts themselves. It's like I have 2 paintings here behind me, and I have 3 here in front of me, and it's like if someone would ask me which of these paintings am I? And I like all my paintings here a lot, but I'm not any of them. I'm the one who's looking at the paintings. So I cannot be any of the paintings, because I'm the one who's looking at them. The same thing is with our thoughts. I can't be something I look at. I cannot be something I observe. So if I observe my thoughts, I cannot be them. It's impossible, just like I can't be any of these paintings. And that idea, or that philosophy, or that technique, or method, or that true, I can say that it's true. It's true, and that truth comes from Michael Singer, and that really clicked for me. I think that was maybe the biggest help for me, to realize that I'm not my thoughts. It's so obvious because I'm looking at them, I'm observing them. I know which thought I have. And that makes it easy for me to understand that I'm not them, because I cannot be any of the pictures. So that, I think, was maybe the most important step for me to really realize that I'm not my thoughts, because it's really easy to identify with your thoughts because they're so close to you. Like, it's not so easy to identify with a painting because it's a painting, and I'm here and the painting is on the wall over there. I'm looking at it, but our mind, our thoughts are in our mind. It's very close to us. It's much more closer than our painting. That's why it's so easy to think that we are our thoughts, but we are not them. There is distance between us and our thoughts, and that's also where spirituality comes in, because when you realize that you are a spiritual being having a human experience, you realize that you are something bigger than your thoughts. So you are not your thoughts. You are the awareness behind your thoughts. So that is number 2. And also, like I said, you are the awareness behind your thoughts. That is number 3. So you are something much bigger than your thoughts. Your thoughts is just a little part of you, but you are the awareness again behind these thoughts, and that's what spirituality comes in. So that is number 3. And number 4 is, the less I do it, the less strong my OCD become. Because if I fall into the like OCD behavior, it's getting stronger. That's why, like, it took me 40 minutes after a while to go to bed at night when I was younger. It didn't start like that. It started maybe like 2 minutes, and then it took, I give in to the OCD, and it took like 3 minutes, and it's like every time, every night, every week, every month, it just become more and more strong, because I was feeding it. I was feeding the OCD. So I realized that, like, now it's if I don't give in to my OCD, like, it's the feeling is strong in the beginning, but then it fades away after a while, and then, like, I don't feel this at all, the same feeling I had like before, like maybe 10 minutes ago, 15 minutes ago, or sometimes 1 minute ago, or sometimes like yes, an hour ago. It's like it's gone. So that's like a more cognitive behavioral therapy, I think, to just like practice not doing it. But for me, it's a lot more easier now to practice this because I understand now where my thoughts are coming from, and I understand that I'm not my thoughts, because before they could be very convincing and talk me into doing, touching all these things. But now that I realize that I'm not my thoughts, it's a lot way easier to not fall into this obsessive compulsive behavior. So number 4 is, the less I do it, the less strong my OCD become. And number 5 is, don't listen to your mind. And this also comes from Michael Singer. He talks also about this, and he also quotes Yogananda, which is another spiritual teacher. And Yogananda said, an ignored guest quickly leaves. So if you ignore your mind, or if you ignore your thoughts, they will leave, like similar to step 4. So if you don't do it, they will soon leave. And if you don't listen to your thoughts, they will also leave. Like an ignored guest quickly leaves. So don't try to listen to your mind. Whatever it says, don't listen to it. It's not telling you the truth. That's very important to understand. So because our mind is, like, again, is creating thoughts by itself, and we don't have to feel guilty about it. We don't have to listen to it. We just can ignore it and just focus more on using our mind for something more beneficial, to more creative thinking, more inspired thinking, and to change negative thoughts to positive thoughts instead. So number 5 is, don't listen to your mind. It's really hard, but I think with the 4 steps before, or with the 4 ways before, I think it's easier to not listening to your mind. And we're gonna talk a lot more about this in this channel, because I think it's so fascinating and important, and it's really liberating to learn and understand this stuff. And I also want to share this with you. So these were my 5 best ways to handle OCD, and I hope they can help if you also are living with OCD, for example. And if you want to talk more about this topic, you can write me an email, or you can write me on Facebook or Instagram, and we can discuss this topic more. I think it's kind of fascinating, and I also know it can be a really, really big problem if the OCD is very strong. So please contact me if you want, and we can talk more about it. And if you have another advice, for example, you can comment. You can write it in the comments below. And because I think a lot of people have OCD, like in bigger or lesser degree, so I think it's pretty common. So that's why I think it's good if we can all share our best advice. But yes, that's it for this video. Take care, and if you like this video, please click the like button, and also subscribe to the channel if you want to. And yes, I see you in the next video.